Am I the asshole for hiring someone else instead of my unemployed mother-in-law?
Oh, okay.
My husband and I have 2 children, 3 female and 1 male. Until last month, I had a nanny who spent 6 hours a day with my kids while I worked from home. But she decided to stop for personal reasons, and it was unexpected. My mother-in-law and I don't have a close relationship because she's the typical mama bear, and it took a long time for her to respect our boundaries. We are currently on good terms.
Okay.
The first week without a babysitter was a mess, and my husband told his mother that we were suffering until we find a babysitter, and she said that she could help since she was dismissed from the service. At the moment, we really needed help, and we accepted. It was hell. She doesn't understand the concept that me being at home working is not the same as being off work, and even though we had several conversations, she would often ask for help or come and talk about random things or simply wouldn't close the door, and my children came in to talk, among several other interruptions. After a lot of complaining and talking, things got a little better, but it was still a huge amount of stress. At the beginning of this week, she said that she could continue to care, but that she would need to receive a salary as the bills needed to be paid, and she gave her quote-unquote price. The amount was a little below average, but nothing special, and I just felt overwhelmed. I talked to my husband and said I didn't want it because despite it being cheaper, it's very stressful and she does not know how to respect limits. So I would prefer a professional who knows how to respect and isn't part of the family. He complained, saying this would be a way to help his mother before she retires in 3 years, and we could help the family and not someone strange. I said that I was the one who stayed at home with her and was interrupted all the time, and he didn't work at home to find out how much his mother disrupts my work routine by not respecting limits.
Yeah, work's fucking important too. Like, you gotta do your goddamn job.
Yeah, exactly. He still doesn't agree with me, saying that we should give his mother a chance and that she has already shown herself capable of changing with a lot of difficulty and time, and that he didn't want her to go through difficulties if we can help. In the end, he relented, but we agreed to pay for the 2 weeks she worked, and we're looking to help out a little with her bills, but he's upset with me for this joint decision as his mother is criticizing me for not helping her and preferring a stranger. The new babysitter will come Monday. All lucky she's a former babysitter of mine who was available. Am I the asshole?
No. All right. Business talk real quick.
Yeah, real business talk. What?
Okay, so listen, if you have issues with your family, never fucking hire them.
Yeah, I don't think so, man.
Don't do it. Don't stop. Am I the asshole for telling my fiance she can't invite her friend to our wedding?
Depends on the friend.
Throwaway account because she knows my Reddit name. Not gonna help you. I, male 36, am engaged to the love of my life, female 29. I've always had issues with a male friend of hers. They've been friends for about 10 years as part of a broader friendship group, and while she said that it has always been platonic from both sides, I believe that there is something between them.
Okay.
I'd prefer she wasn't friends with him. They mostly communicate by sharing memes and occasionally catch up for coffee one-on-one, which I think is inappropriate, or see each other at events with the broader group of friends, which I'm invited to but prefer not to attend and see him.
I don't think one-on-one with coffee is inherently bad.
No, yeah, I think you can have, catch up with people over coffee. I think that's normal.
I think that's normal.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
No, she's fucking his
That's crazy to think that. Dude, immediately. Yeah. Unless there's some other shit where they, have they had sex before or, something, I don't even know.
Yeah. After we got engaged, I told her that one thing I wanted for the wedding was for him not to attend.
Jesus.
She said that it wasn't fair to exclude one person from a group of friends because I have a, parentheses incorrect from her perspective, belief that there is something between the two of them. I think this is grossly unfair, and I can't believe that she would reject my feelings like this. The fact that she can't honor the one thing I'm after and is choosing him over me makes me want to reconsider our whole relationship.
All right, guy, come on. This is crazy. Is that the end?
Yeah, there was an edit. Apparently, he told his friend group, which includes women, and they were all on his side. So he's allowed to have female friends.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But not the other way around, baby.
Yeah. I mean, maybe just other male friends, just this guy he specifically is weirdly jealous of. I don't know. I don't think it's weird for friends to hang out one-on-one. I do think it's weird if you're in a relationship with someone and you're like, you're not allowed to hang out one-on-one.
Yeah, it's a little like,
That's strange.
Where's the trust? You
Yeah,
know?
there's no trust.
Also, like, if your main form of communicating is just sharing memes, that's not...
It's barely...
That's barely communicating.
Barely a friend, my dog. Am I the asshole for asking my fiance to bring me a glass of Prosecco? I, 20s female, and my fiance, 30s male, were enjoying a Friday night wind down. Had dinner, yogurt, and we're sitting down for TV. We're on season 7 of 24, my first time watching. I decided to paint my nails pink as we're going out tomorrow and seeing my family.
Okay.
They haven't seen us since we got engaged last month. I'm in a good mood and feeling happy. After painting one hand, I ask him if he fancies opening a bottle of Prosecco tonight. Well-stocked post-engagement. He says yes. I ask him if he could bring me a glass too, please.
Okay.
That's where the argument began.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Just got engaged, arguing over bringing me a glass of Prosecco.
Yeah.
No shouting, stomping, etc. Just speaking our minds and then silence before resuming. Generally, we get along great and have very healthy communication. Hell, we managed to compromise on a child-free wedding easier than this. He wanted children there. I didn't. We settled on a child-free ceremony and kids for the dinner and reception.
That's fair.
Back to the argument. His perspective. It's weird of me to ask him to bring me things, be it a beverage or a blanket. That
what? It's weird to ask for help
ever
for anything. You're about to be married. This is the line in the sand we're gonna draw. There's other legitimate things you can like argue about.
It's just so funny to me. I'm sorry.
Whether it's a drink or a blanket.
We haven't even gotten to the good part.
Oh, this is the best part already.
That I'm a grown woman and should do these sorts of things for myself. Doing it
for Are you trying to co-opt the language of feminism to make it seem like I don't want to carry your fucking wine glass? I'm so confused. What are you?
It's really good.
You're
man.
a grown-ass woman.
Shit is really good. Doing it for me would be quote unquote simping.
Whoa! What the? You just found out you're dating a red pill motherfucker, and it's time to break up.
Post engagement. They're gonna get married, dude. Doing it for me would be simping, and asking him to is quote unquote toxic.
Bro, it's gay to simp for your wife. Your soon-to-be wife.
You should be a simp for your wife.
Yeah.
It's your wife.
That's so fucked. That's so stupid.
My perspective.
Dude, is he gonna say like, dude, you got fucking like, yo, how do I get Roblox bucks from getting you a fucking glass?
$19 Fortnite card.
Yeah,
Who
Jesus.
wants it? My perspective. It's a glass of Prosecco and my nails were drying. My love language is acts of service and I make him at least 3 cups of tea a week.
But that's not that. You're supposed to do that. You're my fucking wife.
Because you're the girl.
You're a lady.
Yeah, a simple refusal is fine. His attitude about me asking was, in my opinion, quote unquote, toxic. Yeah. Earlier on in our relationship, I did ask him to get me glasses of water semi-regularly. Oh, you fucking bitch. I can't believe you would ever ask your boyfriend to get you things. We had a discussion and he expressed his frustration. I now don't really ask, maybe once a week at most. The last time was in a cafe. For unnecessary context, if you're interested, I wonder if it's how we grew up. He's an only child and claims his mom never asked him to do anything like this for her. He's fiercely independent and can sometimes exist in his own little world. Whereas I have an older sister and we just did as we were told, really. Definitely learned to play host to family gatherings, offering food and drink, and just being pleasant. If someone asked for something, quote unquote, like a drink, and you said no, that'd be considered rude. But I digress. I asked for Prosecco even though my 5-foot legs do in fact work. Am I the asshole?
Am I wrong for trying to provide for my family?
I'm gonna say yes.
Wow,
real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How fucking dare you? He's trying to provide for his family.
I'm just hedging my bets, dude.
Okay. All right. Let's see how that plays out.
I've been in the casino too long. I know I've been counting cards. You know what I mean?
I, 32 male, have recently had a second child with my wife, 26 female. of 5 years.
Mm.
Before we got married, we had agreed that I would be the one who works and she would be the one who just stays at home and looks after the kids. But just before our youngest was born, I got laid off from my job because a lady at work hated me and lied about sexual harassment to get me fired, which made my wife very, very angry. She has a decent amount of money in her savings, so she started paying for her own the rent, groceries, etc.
Oh my
While
God.
I looked for a new job, but she wouldn't stop lashing out at me for being a, quote, jobless bum, which really hurt because I was trying so hard to get a new job.
So I'm sus.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Wife believes the sexual harassment. And yeah.
I mean,
listen, I really don't believe someone would just lie
about sexual harassment. I
think
know
that-
it happens.
I know it happens, but I think
It's not a big percentage of people that would just go and do that.
yeah, it's a
Especially when you got to report it to a company, because usually they don't protect you.
Yeah, they usually don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get fired because of it,
Come on.
Yeah.
But okay. Sure, she lied, whatever. Okay.
Now, I've always loved gaming. So when my friend told me about how I could make money doing carry services in Destiny, I instantly started doing it with my buddy, and we actually managed to start making money just a short while after starting.
Okay.
We'd make around $180 every weekend and about $100 during the week, which we'd split. My wife doesn't really understand how I'm making money off of gaming and is always saying it's not sustainable and I should be helping out with the kids and looking for a real job. Even though I've told her a million times, my buddy and I are getting more and more customers every week, and we're eventually going to hire more people and start an actual business. Now, this is where it all goes to shit. This one weekend, I had a lot of customers lined up and was going to make a bunch of money. Then my wife comes in and says she needs me to watch the kids that weekend because she has to go visit her aunt who's sick and in the hospital. I told her I could watch them, but that I needed to be at my computer pretty much all day, so I'd have to move the crib from the nursery into the office to watch the baby and our oldest in there, and she just blew up at me. It was crazy. She was just screaming all these terrible things at me and crying and telling me she needed to go. I kept trying to calm her down, but she was having none of it. Before I knew it, she had backpacked and had called her mother to come pick her and the kids up. I tried to reason with her, but she left and hasn't been home for 2 days. I'm writing this crying alone in the house, missing my wife terribly, wondering where I went wrong. What can I do to repair this?
Am I wrong for telling my mom and dad that they have to get their noses pierced if they want to see my daughter again? My husband and I traveled down to Mexico to visit with my family. I am an American citizen, but my mom and dad are not. My mom and dad got my daughter earrings for her birthday, but my daughter's ears are not pierced, and she's only 1 year old. So I told them I would save them for her until she was old enough to get her ears pierced. Well, we left my daughter with my parents while we went to meet up with some friends, and you can see where this is going. When we went to pick up my daughter, my mom showed us that we did not have to wait because they took her to get her ears pierced. So I got my daughter and dragged my husband out of there before he lost it. Then we went back to our hotel. I am absolutely furious, and my husband said my parents are not allowed to spend time alone with my daughter ever again. I went farther. I said I would not be bringing her or any kids we might have down to see my parents. And we checked out 3 days earlier. Am I wrong for telling my mom and dad that they have to get their noses pierced if they ever want to see my daughter again? On my way home, my parents were calling me to see when we were coming over. I ignored all the calls and texts until we got back to Phoenix. We took a couple days to think things over and cool down. So I finally called them and asked them not to speak until I was done talking. I told them that my husband and I are upset for them getting our baby's ears pierced without our permission. So I let them know we went back home and probably wouldn't be visiting for a while. That's when they said that my sister and I both had pierced ears when we were babies and it did not harm us. I said that we were not going to change our minds. Then they started getting everyone, including my grandmother, to call me and say I was being ridiculous. Me and my husband decided that we would agree to resume visits, but not alone time with them if they got their noses pierced. They said that we're being stupid and they are not going to, so I said no problem and hung up.
Should I be the for telling my friend her soon-to-be-born baby's name is a horrible mistake. 1 year ago, Sarah had a very terrible miscarriage late in her pregnancy and gave birth to a stillborn. She had named the baby and been very bravely public about her loss and buried the child with a tombstone with his name, John Jacob II, named after his father. Fast forward to this past weekend, we have a baby shower for Sarah as she's pregnant again with a boy. During the baby shower, she announces the name of her soon-to-be-born son, John Jacob III. Mostly everyone was able to be instantly ecstatic, but unfortunately I could not calibrate my reaction quick enough and she noticed. She had been very distant since. A few others who have attended the baby shower texted me afterwards to share that they are equally shocked by the name. I will eventually have to talk to my friend and she will 100% bring it up. Would I be in the wrong if I told her that naming her son after her stillborn would be a very cruel thing to do?